got here is we've got Crown Victoria, and that is the Evap Purge valve. And it's relatively easy to take it off. Now, it's hard to replace this thing as it is, because you can't even get over that. Well, you can, but it's really difficult, and you don't want to break anything on these older cars. On a new car, pretty easy. But anyway, it's pretty tight in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take those nuts off, and we're going to replace it. And what we're going to replace it with is a Motorcraft. It's not OEM, but you know, we really can't tell the difference between OEM and Motorcraft. But what it is this is Motorcraft, so it's got a number of CX-1810-1X, and the OEM part is f8AZ-9C915-AB. And I'm sure there are other versions of 9C915. You do have to be careful that it fits, so it's better to find out exactly if the other part is gonna, you know, be exactly the same. So anyway, what it looks like is the same thing. The first thing you do, take it out of the box. Okay, take it out of the box, and you make sure that it is exactly the same thing. So we look at it like so, and it's got a connector there, and the electrical connector there. Of course, we need to unhook the battery, and there are the other two. Okay, right there. So, you know, two pipes there, and one underneath right there, and the connector. So we got the correct part. So first thing we're going to do, you can either take that nut and that nut off, or you can just take the whole thing off by taking that nut right there and that one. So I guess the way it looks is probably just easier, since it already comes with a little bracket. Just take the two upper ones off. So we'll do that right now. This thing here, on these old vehicles, you really can't, you know, God, it's so hard to push it down. So take one of these little picks here and push down and out. And there you go. And don't forget to put some dielectric grease on that. Alright. So we're going to take this off. Well, first, okay, you're supposed to unplug it first, and then you take the bottom one off. Okay, this bottom hose off. And we're going to see if we can pull that thing out without doing any damage. Okay, so it just pulls out like so. See? So we take those off first, and then we come over here, and this just makes it so much easier on these parts here. It's much better to do it this way. And of course, you do not. There's so many places to lose this little nut here, and that's why I have a magnetic on there, but I don't want to risk it. So we're going to save that away, and then we're going to take this other one off, and that'll give us more space to get back over there, because again, these older vehicles, you just can't just press it in there. It's just not going to work. And again, be extremely careful. We don't want to lose that nut, because you'll never find it. We're going to put that away like so, and that gives us a lot more space here, we hope, to get these other ones out. And this one here, let's see, that's what I mean. Actually, you know what, it's actually better to take these nuts off, So I haven't done this before, but I really don't have enough space in there. I could, you know, not this one, but this one here I can just pull the hose out because it's a rubber hose. But this one is a little bit more difficult, so we're gonna take that nut off. And by the way, the other, see, what is this? The upper one is an 8. And we'll see what the, let's take the best guess here. I'm gonna say it's a, I'm gonna say it's a 10. And it sure is. So let's not mess with that. And we'll just take this guy off. See if we can take it off. Much better. Okay, we gotta be careful. Don't want to lose that nut. Definitely. I don't know, maybe it's better just to take the whole bracket off, because that thing's going to be in the way too. Okay, so we'll take that one, 10 millimeter, and the other one's an 8 on top. And that'll get the whole bracket out of the way, so we can work on this, like so. And I hate it when they change all these connectors. They're always different, you know? So let's get this bracket out of the way here. Let's see. It's got a nice rubber bracket there. All right, that gives us much more space. So now let's see how this guy works here. It looks like it's got a, see if it's got one on the other side too. Let's see. So far it looks like it's got the upper one, and might have one on the kind of twisted out. There you go. See, it's coming out now. There you go. See, you gotta press. See how it works? You gotta press it in. Actually, it looks like it's just that. It looks like it's just a place to just twist it. Man, that's something right there. Okay, so now we got this guy. Okay, so this guy goes in the bottom, and it's so dirty. I better clean that thing out. So damn dirty in there. You know, the other thing is I'm going to put a little slight piece, just a tiny bit of silicone on there. Just clean it out. Anyway, just press in. Actually, it might be a place to twist it. So you got to twist it. Oh, shoot. So I'm going to put some of this silicone, and just on my fingers, on the new one. See, just to lubricate it a little bit. Okay, just a tiny bit. Okay, so we're gonna kind of do it like this. See, we're gonna just lubricate this thing, both of them, and the other one too. Where is it? The bottom one. Oh, this guy. So we're just gonna lubricate that with some silicone, and that makes it easier to put in. And okay, so this guy goes in like this, and the bottom one goes on the bottom one. See, and it clicks actually when you put it in there. You just click, you hear it? And we'll put this guy back in here. Okay, and we already put some dielectric grease on there. So, but it comes with a bracket, so might as well use a bracket. Okay, so we just put it in there like so. Okay, and always finger tighten anything that's made of aluminum. This is not aluminum, but you always do anyway. So we go back and take the take that back on there. Whoa. Okay. And just tighten it. Anyway, you have to, they're so tight in there, you have to twist it, work it out. And I absolutely don't know what those little, wow. Okay. And there you go. Like so. See? Just like that. Of course, I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to put a dab of dielectric grease on that. I don't think it needs it, but it's always a good idea, Just put some in there like so. And then we put this guy back in here. And of course, we're going to have to plug that thing on the bottom too. So, click. And we come back over here on the bottom. Put this one on at the bottom. All the way seated in. And that's it. We're done. So it's got a new purge valve. This one comes with a bracket from Motorcraft. And of course, these nuts. And we reuse those. I should have put some I always put anti-seize on everything, and of course I didn't this time, but it's in a good spot. Not really, because this thing is there. So I'm gonna just put a dab of dielectric grease on the outside. Okay, and this stupid thing. Okay, like so. Just a dab, like so. Anyway, that's about it. Everything's all set. Make sure everything's nice and clean, and you don't want any extra junk in here. Nice and set, same spot. It clicked, both of them clicked at the bottom. And again, when you take it off, you gotta, you have to take this off, in order to get your hand over there, because otherwise you won't be able to twist it. But to pull it out, if it's been in here since the original vehicle, then you have to kind of twist it and help it. And it's pretty tight in there. Anyway, that's it. Okay, so under this right here is your the canister for the evaporation system. And the way you do this is you take this bolt off, this nut off, and this nut, and that'll drop it down. So what we're gonna do here, this is an 11 millimeter, okay? So we just take this off right here, okay? So take this little nut off, and that's a little needle, 11 millimeter. So we do that, like so. And we take the, you might not be able to see that one. Take this off. Much better. Okay. What things what's it got in there? A spring or something? I don't know. But I lost this. Anyway, that's your evap. Boy, it's kind of dirty in it. Anyway, when you have a leak, it's normally around this area. There's a nice clamp here. I like that. Okay. And if you notice over here, if you take a good look over here, look at this. Okay, so you're not supposed to be there. Okay, anyway, if you got leaks, it's generally going to be here and here, and otherwise it's going to be upstream somewhere. So anyway, come in here. Now, look, I changed this, but I forgot one important thing. You have to lubricate that. You know, look at that mess in there. Golly, I really need a screen or something in here. Okay, so see, come in here, and wait, to swap this thing, this is the Canister Vent Solenoid. I just swapped it. But anyway, my cap on my camera was off. So, anyway, just pull it in here, see? And to take this off, it's got I didn't lubricate that. But to take this off, here's a clip. You stick a pin in there, and it'll pop right out. I'm not going to disconnect it because I didn't disconnect the battery. But anyway, that's an F7D, F7DZ-945-AA. No, that's F7DZ-9f945-AB. And I don't know, as long as it's got a 9F945, you're okay. The one that it had on here was an F7D. No, it's the same thing, except there was an AA. Okay, that's the only difference. But the reason I took that off is to put some lubrication on this, because it's going to be there for a while, I bet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some silicone paste, not cheap. So I'm just going to dab my finger in there. I just forgot to lubricate this thing. And one of the things that happens is that this guy here sometimes gets rotted out and it leaks. So that's one of the big areas that you have to watch out for. Anyway, to get this thing back in here, you have to kind of drop it down here, see, like that, and then you press it in. Make sure it gets pressed in all the way, otherwise it's going to leak. See, yeah, it's in there all the way, but I just forgot to lubricate it. And the other thing is that I knew that this was off here, and I opened it up just to lubricate it. Look at this thing, it's all torn up. Golly, man, that's not good. Well, at least it's good over here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tie strap and see if I can get this thing in there in the right direction. Ooh, let's see. Yeah, that's the right direction. Let me get back this thing over here. Make sure it gets underneath, and I'm gonna make sure that goes in there. Like so. Anyway, and I can't find anything that matches this, so we're just gonna put a tie strap in there to cover that up. But anyway, I forgot to lubricate this, and you have to do that. And this thing is not really laying in here like it's supposed to, because it's kind of came out of there or broke or something. I don't know how in the world I can keep that in there. It looks pretty good. Yeah, let me just cut that right there. Like so. And just put it back in there. Just like that. And luckily I don't live up north, so this thing is in pretty good shape. Otherwise you'd have a big ugly mess here, and those bolts are probably already worn out, but there's ways of putting that back in there. So let me get over here. Let's see. Put it back on here. Kind of. Let me see if I can do it by my fingers. See, this one's already messed up, but it's still holding.